Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Lacz Denton LD9109. Let's start off with the wrist check. I'm wearing the Sukume 2004, and Grogu is wearing my Bernie 2694. Grogu said that Princess Leia bought her brother Luke a new Hamilton watch. Luke told all of his students to start calling him Jazzmaster Skywalker. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. It comes in this box, and this box looks a lot like a Pagani design box, but the cleaning cloth is nice, but not near as nice as a Pagani design cleaning cloth. And here's the watch. This is the second Lacz Denton on my channel. This is a 2-register Panda chronograph, and there are quite a few of those, but I would say it looks the most like a Hamilton Intramatic, although there is nothing matic about this watch since it has the VK64 Mecha-Quartz movement. Everybody loves a Panda chronograph, and this one is a good and affordable and only cost $44 at the time of this review. So if you're looking for a 2-register Panda chronograph, this would not be a bad choice. If you don't want the Panda, there's also a reverse Panda. If you don't like the leather strap, then there is also a mesh bracelet. I usually always recommend bracelets over straps, but since a mesh bracelet does not have fitted end links, there really is no advantage. Plus, the strap has a deployant clasp, and the bracelet has a mesh bracelet clasp, which is usually a pain to use. The watch is 40 millimeters at the bezel, 47.8 millimeters lug to lug. It's only 11.5 millimeters thick. Has a 20 millimeter lug width that tapers down to 18 and weighs 75 grams on the supplied leather strap. The bezel is smooth and the tachymeter is on the Wristshot. Then we have a white dial with no sunburst effect. We have the Lacz Denton name and logo printed on top, and then it says chronograph on the bottom. No mention of water resistance, but I think you get 100. Yep, you get 100. Then we have baton indices with a double baton at the 12. And if you look really closely, there's a little bit of lume at the very edge of the indices. Just a little tiny lume square. And on the 3 and the 9, that's all you get is these little tiny lume squares because of the registers in the way. Then you have the hands. The hands are white, and so we have white hands on a white background, so they're not the most clear in the world when they're not over a register. So it would have been nice if they would have had like a little metal border or something to help it stand out. And these are fence post hands. And then we have the chronograph second hand. This does not have a running second hand, just a chronograph second hand. Then we have a date at the 6, which is pretty common for a VK64, because why put it at the 430 when you have all that room at the 6? And this being a VK64, we have the 2 sub-registers. We have the right, which is a 24-hour indicator. I always wish that they would replace that with a running second hand, but they don't. And on the left, we have the chronograph minute counter. And since this is a VK64, you press the top pusher, and the chronograph starts ticking away, 5 ticks a second. Press it again to stop, and press the bottom, and you get an instant snapback reset. Then we have a sign push-pull crown. You don't get a screw down. In actuality, a screw down would have been pointless without screw down pushers, and the screw down pushers would have totally ruined the look of the watch. It would not look like the Hamilton, so I'm glad they did not. Then the pushers, of course, like I said, are not screw down. So you get 100 meters of water resistance. Just make sure if you're in the water, do not press the pushers in the water or you will let water in. The crystal, the ad said mineral glass or hardlex or whatever, but look at this though. I went ahead and got out my tester, and it's sapphire. So if you didn't buy this watch because you thought it only had glass, well, it has sapphire. And it's a nice crystal too, because there isn't a ton of reflection. So it must have some kind of AR undercoat. So I think they did a really good job with the crystal there. Then we have the case. The case is polished stainless steel, and it's got a nice shape to it. Those lugs are just about perfect, and it's fairly thin, and it looks nice. I like the case. I think they did a good job with the case. Then we have a steel screw down case back, and it's polished. And it says Lacz Denton Watch Company. Water resistance 10 bars, which is the same thing as 100 meters, and gives the model number. Underneath the case back is the VK64 Mecha-Quartz movement. This is your go-to movement for 2 register chronographs in this price range. The nice thing about it is it has the smooth sweeping large chronograph hand. The bad thing about it is it does not have a running second hand. So if you like to have a running second hand, this is not a good choice. And I really wish Seiko would come out with a different Mecha-Quartz 2 register in this shape that had a running second hand instead of the 24-hour indicator. Supposedly these are popular in Japan because in Japan you have a lot of office workers that work long hours and they never know what time of day it is. The strap is genuine leather, it says so right there, but it's faux crocodile, obviously. This is just the pattern. And it's a nice enough strap. It's got a good gloss to it, so this makes it look more like a little dress watch. Does not have quick release though, and does not have drilled lugs. Then we have 2 keepers, one fixed, one floating. And then we have the notches. As you can see, I only have 2 left. So if you have a wrist bigger than 8, you will probably need to poke a few holes in it. And if your wrist is bigger than 8.5, you're going to run out of room to poke holes, so you will need a new strap. Now it does come with the deployant clasp. I did not put this deployant clasp on, it came with it. And as you can see, it's signed. So that's nice, because I always recommend a deployant clasp on a leather strap, and this one, you don't even have to buy one. It comes with it. Here is the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. I think that looks nice. It wears nice. It's about the perfect size. Once again, they'll only have 2 notches left. So if your wrist is bigger than 8, you're going to need to poke a few holes in there. And if your wrist is bigger than 8.5, you're going to run out of room to poke holes. And you will need a new strap. Also, this second keeper here, if I was to keep this watch and not sell it, I would probably just remove this second keeper, as it's kind of just in the way. Here we are in the Lume room. Just wearing the watch for review purposes gives me no reason to think that the Lume is any good. And this test will confirm that. As we speed up the time, we see that only the major hands are loomed when it comes to the hands. Then there are also little dots next to the indices. The dots are fading fairly fast. The hands are much better, but still far below good. But I've seen worse. What do I like about this watch? Well, I really like the looks and the wearability. I like the fact that the leather strap comes on a deployant clasp. And I like this flat sapphire crystal. I think they did a good job with that. What are my grapes and groans? White hands on a white dial makes it a little hard to tell the time when the hands are on the subdials. VK64 movement does not have a running second hand. And there's no quick release or drilled lugs, so it makes changing the strap a little bit more difficult. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, this watch looks and wears great. And only costs $44. What's not to like? Well, thank you for watching my review of the Lacz Denton LD9109, and I will be back with another Actually, I'll be back with the unboxing. Just got something from Ali today. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, be sure to use my affiliate link. I'll get a small commission. And be sure to check out my members' choice. The vote was in, and there's a little controversy there, so I think I have to put up a new vote. Bye.